Good morning students. Now today we are going to start with the chapter reproduction. Already we have started this yesterday in the previous class. Now we'll just go through the topic and then we'll continue with the chapter. Reproduction, as you know, it is the biological process by which new organisms are produced. That means reproduction is one of the basic characteristics of living beings which differentiate them from the non-living objects, because non-living objects or non-living things does not reproduce and living organisms they reproduce. So we say that it is the basic characteristics of living organisms. All organisms from the simplest forms of bacteria to complex organisms like humans produce new organisms through the process of reproduction. That means whatever the living organism is, even if it is a microscopic organism like bacteria, yeast, fungus, whatever it is, the microscopic organisms also reproduce. Then reproduction may occur through different methods and can involve single organism or two organism. That means reproduction occurs by two ways. First is only one parent is involved and in the other one is two parent organisms involved. It results in the formation of offsprings. Offspring means the babies they produce. It is mainly of two types. The first one is called as the asexual reproduction and second one is called as the sexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction, it usually occurs in the unicellular organisms or the organisms whose cell body is made up of single cell only, or lower animals like starfish and worms, where only single parent or single organism body give rise to new offsprings. Second we talk about is the sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction, it occurs in most of the multicellular animals like dogs, cow, human beings, etc. That means all the multicellular organisms they reproduce by sexual method, because in them two organisms are present, one is male and the other one is female. So next we'll discuss about the asexual reproduction in animals one by one. So here we have the different methods of asexual reproduction. Here you can see that asexual reproduction, budding, gemmules, fragmentation, regeneration, and the last one is the binary fission. Now we'll discuss all these topics one by one. So first of all, we'll discuss about what is asexual reproduction is. When single parent produces offsprings, okay, when the single parent is there which produces the babies or offspring, then it is known as asexual reproduction. It is the simplest form of reproduction which occurs without involving the sex organs, means reproductive organs are not involved. Sex organs means reproductive organs. For example, bacterial cell, as I told you that asexual reproduction usually occurs in the unicellular organisms or lower animals. So unicellular organism is bacteria. So here we are taking an example of bacteria. The bacterial cell divides into two daughter cells asexually. That means asexual reproduction occurs where single cell or single bacteria divides to produce two daughter cells. Asexual reproduction is also seen in plants such as rose, potato, money plant, because when we cut the stem of the rose and we put it in the soil, we fix the stem in the soil, it develop into a new plant. It develop new branches, it develop roots, and then after some time it starts flowering. So here the new plant is developed. Then from potato also we cut the potato into small pieces containing the eye-part and it develop into the new plant. Even money plant also stem cutting is done and we can have many money plants. Then we talk about the amoeba. Amoeba is the unicellular organism and it reproduces asexually and it produces two daughter cells. That means it divides into two and two daughter cells are formed. So some of the common methods of asexual reproduction in animals we will discuss. The first one I told you about over here. First one is the budding. See, this is budding. Now we'll discuss this budding in detail. Budding is what? It is the process, here you can see small bulb-like structure arises over here. So this bulb-like structure is formed by the activity of one or two cells. One or two cells on the organism body becomes active and they divide multiple times and form the bud. Then this bud gets differentiated. Differentiated means becomes specialized. And so here the bud which is formed after some time, when it's attained a particular size, the cells of the bud change in themselves and starts forming a small organism. So here is an example of hydra. Okay, so here you can see over here the cells forms a small mass or form a small structure, and then over here the cells take the shape of the baby hydra. Okay, and when this baby hydra starts taking its own food, then it separates from the parent plant or parent organism, and then it starts behaving as a new individual. Budding occurs in hydra, and there is another example of budding is in yeast. So here you can see that budding, in this process small bulb-like projections called bud is formed in the parent body, and on maturation this bud gets detached. Detached means separate from the parent body to grow up into a new individual. For example, hydra and yeast reproduce by budding. Yeast is unicellular and hydra is multicellular. So here in hydra multicellular bud is formed, whereas in yeast unicellular structure, because yeast is unicellular, single cell, and a small protuberance, or I'll show over here. See this, if suppose this is the yeast cell, then small bud-like structure arises, means a small protuberance arises on the yeast cell only, and this is the bud of yeast, and this is the yeast cell. Okay, so in this manner yeast shows budding. Now we continue with the next is gemmules. Gemmules, they are called as the internal buds. They are the internal buds because these buds are not exposed. They are not shown from the outside. They are formed inside the organism body. And the parent releases specialized mass of cells that can develop into an offspring. That means these gemmules, these are the buds which are formed inside the organism body. When they become mature, they develop and they release from the parent body and form the new organism. These usually occurs in sponges and they exhibit this asexual mode of reproduction. Next, third one is fragmentation. Fragmentation means breaking up of the organism body. So here you can see this diagram. This is planaria. This is single planaria. When its body is divided into 3 pieces, each piece develop into the new organism. So this fragmentation means breaking down into small pieces, and each piece produce an offspring or develop into new organism. For example is planaria. Next is regeneration. Regeneration means formation of lost part. Okay, so here you have seen that if a piece of the body of a parent is detached or separate, if the parent body piece is separated, then the separated part, it has been lost, but the part from where it is separated, it forms a new part. So here you see, if a piece from the body of the parent is detached, it can grow to develop into a completely new individual. For example, starfish. Here you can see that this is the starfish. Here the piece is broken and here the new part is developed. This is called as regeneration. And the last one we talk about is binary fission. Binary word here you have seen or you have studied in computer also. Binary language. That means computer understands the language, binary language, that is in the form of 0 and 1. Only 2 digits understood by computer. So here we talk about 2. In the same way, when we talk about binary fission, it means fission means breakdown and binary means 2. That means the organism body divides into 2. One parent body divides into 2. Here you can see the diagram of amoeba. This is the amoeba. First of all, the nucleus divide. This internal structure is the nucleus, and first of all this nucleus divides into 2 daughter nuclei. Then the cell's cytoplasm divides, results in the formation of two daughter amoeba. So here see, binary fission, it is the simplest form of asexual reproduction. It is seen in single cell organisms only, like bacteria and amoeba. In this type of reproduction, fully mature cells means when the cell has become completely mature, then it splits, cell splits into two. That means it divides into two. And since two individuals are formed, that's why it is called as binary fission. The two individuals produced by fission, they are called as the daughter cells. And binary fission here in the diagram you can see in the amoeba. Now what are the characteristics of asexual reproduction? In asexual reproduction, the offsprings arise or they are formed from the single parent. So it receives the genes, or we say genetic material, from one parent only. Hence, it does not show variation. That means the changes does not occur, and the organism produced by asexual reproduction, they are identical to the parent, mean they are the exact copy of the parent. Whatever the characters, whatever the habits of the parent is there, the same are transferred to the offsprings. So here in asexual reproduction, we say that new babies or new offsprings or daughter cells which are formed from single parent, they are clone of their parent because they contain the same genetic material of the parent, and there is no variations or differences in the new generation. So here students, we have completed with the asexual reproduction.